Hey guys, and welcome to Life is Feudal Forest Village. I have been waiting ages to get my hands on this game, and the nice people at Chrono GG actually sent me a copy and said we've got a sale coming up. Do you want to check out that game? So I've been checking out the game. I've had a little play with it. I've played through the tutorial. I've had a little bit of a play. I've done a little bit of research. I didn't want to do too much because I wanted to do a first impressions video. As far as the offer is concerned, as far as the sale is concerned, it's a third off. It's like 34% off. It's normally like $25. This game, $25, and it's down to like $16.50, something like that. So if you've been kind of thinking about the game, or like if you watch this video and you like the game, then yeah, maybe check that offer out. And for anybody that doesn't know about Chrono GG, they have a different game on sale each day, and they work with the like little indie developers to promote their games. So yeah, you can check Chrono GG each day, and they have a different game on sale. Right, shall we have a look at the game and see if it's like, is it worth buying? Is it any good? Because the reviews on Steam are very mixed, and like people seem to either really love this game or they really hate this game. So let's have a look. We're going to jump into a new game, and I'm just going to kind of take the defaults. I am going to call it Isle of Skye because it is a little island, so I think it needs to be Isle of Skye. There we go. And I'm just going to take a small map. This is not going to be like episode 1 of a series. This is just going to be a first impressions. And then I want the feedback from you guys. Do you want me to do a series on this? I have to say, after a little play with it, when I first looked at it, I was like, yeah, I don't know. And then after starting to play around with it, I'm like, I quite like to do a series on this. So what's the game? What is it all about? Well, if you've looked at Banished, or you know Banished, or you've played Banished, essentially this is Banished. I mean, it really is very, very, very similar to Banished. The food, firewood, like all the mechanics are like so similar to Banished, but there are some differences. Now, just like Banished, the winters are brutal. But kind of unlike Banished, you can't. There's a lot of ways that you can't get food in the winter, whereas in Banished, you kind of like most of the things you can do in the winter. But there are a couple of ways you can get food. So we're gonna do a little bit of that, and first person. Now the thing about Banished is that you can't zoom in. Like you've always got this kind of top-down view, and you're a long way away from the village, and you don't kind of feel very connected to the village. Whereas with this, you could zoom right in, like right down to first person, right? But you can also actually go into first person and control a villager. So like Ahana here, if we click on her portrait, we can actually go into her, and we can actually control her, right? And we can actually go around and do stuff, and we'll do a bit of that. I got to say, when I heard about the game, and I heard that you could go into first person and control the villagers and whatever, I thought, that's going to be kind of like just like, what's the point? Like you're managing a whole village, but having done it, it's actually very cool. Right, let's get a bit of stuff going, because we've got like six adults, we've got 2 young children and 2 toddlers. And they grow up pretty fast in this game. It takes a year for a toddler to become a young person, or a child, or teenager, and it takes another year for them to become an adult. And it's the mechanics, again, very similar to Banished. Educated workers perform much better than uneducated workers, stuff like that. Right, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my Professions tab so that I can see what people are doing. And right now, nobody's doing anything. We've got six unemployed people. So basically, they're slackers at the moment, totally slackers. So how about we get some people fishing? Let's get some fishing going on. And as far as the looks of the game, I'm kind of neutral on it. I mean, I don't think it's like particularly beautiful. I think that's a good spot-ish. Let's get it as far out as we can. Right, so that's going to go in there. Right, so I'm going to have a fisherman there. The other thing that you can... Now, fishermen fish all year round. So fishing is a really good thing to do. But we can also do gathering. You can hunt all year round. You can only gather during the summer months. We'll put that. I think we'll put this gatherer kind of over here to the side. Now I want to rotate this to make sure. Yeah. It's pointing in this direction, so that's good. So let's pop that in there. Right. So we'll build that. Now I need to assign a couple of builders. And one thing that's better than Banished about this is when you mouse over like icons, it actually tells you what they are. So like you look at that, you're like, what the hell is that? It's a meat pie. It actually tells you it's a meat pie. It's like what the hell is that? Oh, it's clay, right? So I like that. I do like that. There are one or two things that I kind of not sure about in the game, but that's actually very good. What else did I put a gatherer in. Now the other thing you need is firewood. Anybody who's played Banished knows firewood, big deal. So we're going to put in a lumberjack. Now lumberjack, I think that, yeah, here we go. Now you've got foresters who will get you logs, and then you get lumberjacks who will turn the logs into firewood. So we want this guy probably fairly close to the town. Do I want it like in town, or just outside town? Let's put him over there. That'll do. So we'll get that going. Let's get a couple of. In fact, let's get 3 builders. Should we get 3 builders? Let's get 4 builders. Why not? Get stuff built like fairly quickly. What else would I want? The other thing I've got. Hunters. Now, there are wild animals roaming the forest, and they do tend to stay in the forests, although they do kind of sometimes wander through your village, which breaks the immersion a little bit when you've got a bear standing in the middle of your village and people are just wandering past it. But you got things like this wild boar. Now, I've got to say, I'm kind of in two minds about the look of the game. There are some things that I look at and I go, oh, that looks really good. And then there are other things that I look at and I'm like, that's kind of not so good. Like, okay, for example, if I just zoom over here a little bit, right? You would think, seeing as you've got this like close-in first-person perspective and whatever, that they would have made the people like really distinctive or whatever, but you tend to get lots of people who are like absolutely identical. Oh, look at these poor people. Look at these poor women. Look at them carrying these huge logs on their backs. My God. But they're bringing all the resources up here to get this built. If I click on a building, it'll tell us. I do like the UI is kind of like almost identical to Banished. But I do like the information it gives you. It tells you like what you need and how much you've got, and this is the progress bar. It tells you how far along they are in building it and stuff. And you can assign extra builders to the building and things like that. So yeah, it's kind of cool. But what was I doing? I have no idea. Oh yeah. I was talking about wild animals. And if we have a look around, we should find. And of course, now I'm looking, I can't find. Oh, look. A bear. A big, nasty, grizzly bear. Wandering through the forest. Now, to get rid of the nasty bears, who will, for example, if you start creating like livestock pastures, the nasty bears and wolves and foxes will get into your chicken coops and kill your chickens. The way to get rid of them, or to deal with them... Oh, look, there's a moose! Oh, now that is cool. Oh, is the bear going to kill the moose? I don't think he is, actually. There's 2 bears. It's a bear family. Family of bears. I know somebody who's going to be very happy about this game because they're obsessed with bears. Edo Higuma, he goes by the name of. And El Bearzidente he also uses as well. Right, anyway. So, yeah, hunters. So what we're going to do is put in... Now, where the hell is this? This is going to be, I think, food... Is it food product? Yeah, here we go. Hunting cabin. So we want to put a hunting cabin in. Now, if we put a hunting cabin in, kind of, I don't know, like, probably up here somewhere. Now, you can't build everywhere. I do like the terrain. The terrain's actually quite cool. I'm not so convinced about the terrain editor. I have had a little play around because on Steam there were kind of a lot of complaints about that. So we could put some hunters in, and they'll kill the wild animals, and they'll keep them away from our fields. The other way to keep them away from your fields, or help keep them away from your fields, is to like clear the forest, because they do tend to stay to the forest. But if they do want, let's put this in. Let's get a hunting cabin going in there, right? Yeah, but if they do wander into your village, now hang on. If we go over here, right? We've got any bears over here? Any bears in the forest? You're going to do some work. Any bears around here? I don't see any bears. By the way, there's just been an update for this, and they've changed a few things. Like they've actually changed the grass texture, and it's look. There's a fox, right? And it's so difficult now to spot foxes with this new grass texture. But, like, I don't know whether that's what they meant. I don't know whether they meant to make it kind of difficult to spot foxes and stuff. But bears and elks and stuff, there's a bear over there. So, you know what, the thing is, but if you've got a wild animal that is near your village, right, then what we can do is just grab this guy, right, and take him over here a bit. Where's the fox? Where's the fox? And I can, if I toot my horn, that'll inspire everybody around me. And, oh, there's the fox. He's down in the village. Actually, this isn't the right person to use. I should grab somebody who's in the village. Oh, that's a little kid. Let's grab you. Oh, you, little person as well. Let's go out here. I don't, can I? No, I don't think you can. Oh, yes, I can. Ha! I can actually use a bow and target this guy. And boom. And dead fox. And I get hides, right? And now, not only can I shoot the animals, right, and get resources, and you can get hides and meat and all kinds of things. I can then actually go over to it and pick up the resources myself. And then, now where's the barn? Here's the barn. Oh, this is the warehouse actually. And then if I go over here, right, and then I can interact with this, which will put my resources in here, and you should see, with a bit of luck, that we get, yeah, we get some hides over here. So I can actually do stuff with this person. Now the only thing is, you don't want to stay in first person for too long, because when you're controlling them, they won't go and eat and stuff. So you do need to be a bit careful. Now, I just saw a, oh, there's a wild boar there. Oh, and there's a wolf over there. You know what? Let's grab Brunhilde again. All right, and get your bow out, and oh, got it. Now that should give me a basket of meat. Yes, basket of meat. Excellent. But I want to kill that wolf as well. Now wolf, he'll give me some hides. We just sneak up behind him. Yep, really close. Actually, we could just like take the arrow out of the bow and just stick it in it. There we go. And oh, dead wolf. And that'll give me hides. There we go. Excellent. You got to admit, the first person is cool. Some people hate it. I think it's actually very cool. So we could take these resources. There we go. Well, no, apparently I can't. Oh yeah, I can. Oh, apparently I can't carry all of it. Is that because I'm like a young person? Where's the entrance? Here's the entrance. And just go in here, drop it off, and if I open the inventory, look, 13 meat now. Hooray! And there was much rejoicing. Oh, there's the basket of meat that we've just delivered. The first person is very cool, and there's a lot of animals around. Right, so now we've been building a bunch of stuff. I need to assign some people, so let's get a fisherman fishing in here. So we'll assign. Now you can have a maximum of 3 people in the building. Currently we've got 0 people in there, so I'll assign 1 person. You can also do it through the professions tab over here. So we want a gatherer to work on the gathering. We want a lumberjack to be producing firewood. Oh, I can't build that yet. Oh, sorry, I can't assign it yet because I haven't built it yet. We've got somebody chopping down stuff. Now, resource gathering. Now, where's this? Terraforming. Collect all resources. So, we can collect wood. So, I could say, let's see. I could say, like, chop down. You want to chop down like the biggest, oldest trees because they actually do give you more resources. So we could say like chop down this big tree. That's a very big tree. This is a pretty big tree over here. Chop that down. Maybe this big one because it's kind of in the way of our view of the village. We'll chop that down, and we'll get rid of that one. And maybe that, you know, seriously, I'm going to do. I don't think I even need to ask you guys if I'm going to do a series. I think I am going to do a series. I'm already getting into this. And there's also stone. Let's collect a bit of stone. There's some stones over here. There's quite a fair bit of stone over here, actually. Let's collect all the stone in this area. Oh, there you go. These little red dots, and then they turn into little yellow markers showing you which ones you're going to mine. And your labourers, you basically your idle people, will go and do that kind of stuff. And your builders will also go and farm this stuff. What else? Iron ore as well. I don't know if there's any. Is there any iron ore? Yes, yeah. There's a patch of iron ore there. That'll do. That's close to the village. You can also harvest. What's this one? Oh, this is hay. You need that to feed your animals, and we don't have any animals at the moment, so we don't need to do that. And that's it. So we do. Oh, look, chopped a tree down. And you know what? If you want to do it yourself, you can do it yourself. You can actually get a person and chop down a tree. How about this big tree over here? You'll do. Mm-hmm. Yes, Gannon. Let's get. So it was this tree over here. So we wander over to this tree. And when we get close enough, it should give us the option to interact with it. Oh, there we go. Mine resource. And we'll chop this tree down. It is actually very cool. Now, I would imagine, once you get a bigger village, the advantage of being able to do this is probably, pretty minimal. Because you're going to be, managing the village or whatever. But I would think at the beginning... You can really optimize what you're doing, or help to optimize what you're doing by controlling a person, and certainly hunting wild animals that stray into your village and things like that. You don't have to wait for a huntsman who's across the other side of the map to walk all the way over and do it. You can just grab one of the villages and boom, dead wild animal. It does take a while to chop down a big tree. I should toot my horn. That makes me work a bit faster and move a bit faster as well. There we go. Bit of horn tooting. It does take a while to chop down a tree. God, this one's taking a while. It's got to go soon. Maybe this person's just not very good at chopping down trees. Oh, come on, chop the damn thing down. No, it's not. It will go eventually, but it does take a while. Good lord. I have chopped down a couple of trees, and it didn't take this long. Mind you, I think I chopped down smaller trees. This is a pretty big tree. Oh, I just heard one tree going down. Are you ever going to chop this down? Come on. See, now I'm like, oh, there we go, finally. But that should give us a pretty big pile of resources. And again, if we were short of wood, we could grab somebody, chop a tree down, then grab the resources, and then take it back to the village. And so you can kind of optimise certain tasks that you want done. And it's the same with various other jobs around the village. Wander back to the village. Drop off my wood. Oh, the life of a village. And it kind of gives you a whole different take on the whole banished things. And if you spend a bit of time in first person, you really... Well, I don't know whether you'll feel the same, but let's drop this. Oh, this is the... There's two barns. There's a barn and there's a warehouse. I think that was the barn. Yeah. Here's my wood store over here. Oh, no, this is a... No, that's a house. That's a shack. Oh, it's this one. It's this one behind here, I think. Wander round to the warehouse. Oh, yeah, see, this is where my stone and stuff... There's some logs at the back, so we'll just drop these off here. But it kind of gets you more invested and involved in your village. And look, you know, they've got the washing out, blowing in the breeze. So, you know what, guys? I think we'll leave it there for this little first impressions, first look at Life is Feudal Forest Village. I hope that's given you kind of an idea of it. And you can see we've got like a fair amount of fish, and it actually tells you how many calories each different type of fish. So like a fish is 7 calories, meat is 8 calories, but you bake it into a pie, and it's like 41 calories. And if you hunt animals, so if you get a hunter cabin, that's the gatherer. So where did I put the hunter's cabin? The hunter's cabin was over this side, wasn't it? Over here. Are they still building it or something? I don't see it. I can't see it. Oh, no, I need to show you the terraforming first. Oh, this is the hunter's camp, isn't it? Right, we need to assign somebody to that. Oh, have I got nobody that I can assign? We've got... Let's take that down a couple, and we'll have... Oops. Let's pop somebody into the hunting cabin. If you're hunting animals, then you're going to be getting hides and meat. And the hides you can turn into clothing. And it's a good way, actually, to keep warm in winter. They still need firewood, but if they've got warm clothes, they potentially need less firewood. Apparently, so I've read. But like I said, I haven't played the game enough to like actually know. Where's the weaver's hut? Let's see if I can put a weaver in. Where would this be? That's storage, food production, resource gathering, municipal castle structures. You can actually build like watchtowers and walls and castle gates. So I really want to build a castle. That would be very cool. That's a castle smithy. Roads. Oh, I was going to show you terraforming. Oh, I've got to show you terraforming. So the terrain. Sometimes the terrain is like a little bit brutal. Now, oh, we've got a bear there. Do I want to kill the bear? I kind of do. I do like killing it. Well, you'll do. Brunhilde. Brunhilde kills a lot of animals. Oh, now I've got to remember where it was. It was round here, wasn't it? There it is. Should we see if we can do a long shot? Because it actually, look at that. It actually shows you where the arrow's going to go. Oh, good shot, Brunhilde. Well done. And then we just jump out. There we go. So we had a bear wandering around our camp. Just kill it. I do like that. I really do. I need to assign somebody to make some firewood. Doesn't really matter in this game, but yeah, terraforming. Let me just quickly show you the terraforming. And there've been a lot. Oh, good lord! Let's shoot this bear. And boom, dead bear. Yeah, there's been a lot of complaints about the terraforming, and in this update they've changed things a bit. But basically, let's say you've got a bit of a barrier here. Now they can walk through, like if it's small, they can walk through here. But here, they've probably got to walk around. And if I wanted to put a path up here, where's roads? Here's roads. So if I wanted to put a path, whoops, dirt road. If I wanted to put a path going up here, right, you can see it'll go round. They've got to walk around there, right? So I can go to terraforming. Here's terraforming, and I can say create a ramp. Right, and then I could say, right, from there, I want a ramp going up here so that they can walk straight up here. And then I can kind of adjust how I want it to be, like that. And then my labourers will come over and they'll flatten this. But the terraforming does tend to be... It does tend to give you like fairly sharp edges and stuff. Let's speed things up a little bit and see if we can actually see this get done. I've got one person in there. How many people have I got? 5. I've got 2 constructors. Oh, they've gone to bed now. The complaints that I've seen about the game, there's a few complaints about the terraforming. There's a few complaints about the look of the game, but that's kind of a personal thing. There are 1 or 2 issues where the game is a little bit stupid, like storage. People will get stuff from like the closest storage, and if you've got... Now, I don't know whether this is the case now after this update, but it was the case that if you got stuff in one storage, right, and no stuff in this storage, and a person was closest to this storage, they'd starve to death. Like, even though there's tons of food as a whole, because there's no food in their storage, they'd starve to death. I don't know whether that's still the case or whatever. So, have they done my little bit of... yeah, they've done my little bit of terraforming over here. So what I should be able to do now is get a nice dirt road and put a nice dirt road. Just go, oh, there you go. So I can put a dirt road just going straight up there so that it's more efficient. And you can link up your buildings with dirt roads and things like that. Now, it's grid-based exactly the same as Banished is. So they can now walk straight through here. We can put in a little dirt road over to the camp over there, and we can put a little dirt road going over to the gatherer's hut, like that. There we go. Create like proper pathways around your village. And unlike Banished, where it's just like very top down, and in fact this has got the other problem. I would love to be able to zoom out a bit more. I mean, you can kind of see the place. It's very eerie when it gets dark, don't you think? You know, this was only supposed to be like a 20-minute video, and I'm already way over that. And seriously, I do want to play a series of this. Okay, you know what? We'll leave it there. We'll leave it there. I think I've given you like a bit of a look. I think you've got the flavour of the game. If you do want to pick up the game, there's a link. There's a link to Chrono GG in the video description. So if you want to pick up the game, 30% off. It only lasts 24 hours, the sale. So so check that out quickly. And yeah, and if you want me to play the game and play a series, and like actually do a Let's Play series, leave me a comment. And always your likes are appreciated. So guys, can't wait to read your comments, see what you think about this. I cannot wait to play. You know, when I started this video, I was kind of like 50-50. Now I'm like, I want to play more now. I've got to shut up because I don't want this to be a long video. All right, guys, I will catch you hopefully for a new series of Life is Feudal Forest Village. It's cool, isn't it? All right, guys, catch you for the next one. Peace out.